how she was like in office for quite some time until she decided that she didn't want to be there anymore because she started voting against what her constituents actually wanted. And then when she did that, then she just kind of left office so she could not be reprimanded for the things that she did. So the name we've been hearing a lot of, but we hope to hear less of, is Tulsi Gabbard, the sort of like hidden the sort of hidden operative in the progressive movement that was the big firebrand and what everybody wanted to be Bernie Sanders' running mate back in 2016, standing up against the DCCC and the Democrat establishment and corporate Dems and all of that. Oh my gosh. House member from Hawaii, Tulsi Gabbard. But she was very cool for a while. I even fell for it. I wasn't like the other people who was like, oh my gosh, surf mommy. I wasn't like that. That's disrespectful. All right. We don't do that to women here. The woman respecter has logged on and he is here. Okay. So we don't do that. But I did like her politics. I did love that, I will say. But with that being said, Tulsi Gabbard has taken a turn for the worst, the very worst. It's just, honestly, the Tulsi Gabbard's sort of like arc has taken a worse turn than like the economy so far, if I'm going to be honest with you. Because even though she doesn't make her own currency, she is still experiencing inflation. And I'm not talking about blowing you up, making you big and round sort of inflation. I'm talking about her ego has been inflated massively by the massive amount of credibility and worship and praise and pedestal placing that conservatives have been doing with her ever since she decided to turn against the Democratic Party in whole, turn against progressives and the progressive movement in whole, and start to just become a transphobic weirdo freak who only supports conservatives now while pretending to be, while pretending to be like the centristy, why left the left sort of a moderate person or something. With that being said, when I say that she has an inflated ego, this isn't just me talking because, I don't like her, so she has an inflated ego and she's cringe. I hate her. Why? It's not that type of stuff. I think that she has an inflated ego and she's kind of insane, and gone on basically a power trip because she's been made out to be way more popular than she actually is. And the way that I can prove this to you with like real statistics in the world is a good case study in why you need to not listen to these types of people when it came to the last election cycle. Now, I know the crazy Democrats are still counting votes in all the states where you want all the votes to be counted in. And even though basically every single state is still counting votes, we want to stick on the states that are counting votes that we care about because that's the really hard, that's the really crazy part. But with that being said, the election is over. Election day has passed. And now we get to see basically every single politician and every single bill that was passed through like ballot measures has been certified at this point in time. So we can look at Tulsi Gabbard's history when it came to the 2022 election. And I got to tell you, it's not good because nearly every Republican endorsed by Tulsi Gabbard lost. She is horrible. She has an absolutely terrible pick. She makes horrible picks. All right. She failed in picks and bans. OK, she lost the game in picks and bans. All right. Because all of her picks completely flopped. All of her picks were absolute trash. And that's just not me saying it. The voters said it as well, because almost every single one of the 13 characters. Sorry. You know what? Characters. They are characters. They're clowns. All of the 13 characters that she decided to throw her weight behind lost. We can take a look at them in the House. John Gibbs. Lost. Tom Banks of Michigan lost. Joe Kent, an insane sort of an insane insurrectionist, wild, transphobic, racist bigot, who was running in Washington's 3rd district, lost. You may remember this name, Blake Masters from Arizona. Hey, this drop is great. Good news for Blake Masters from Arizona, lost. Adam Laxalt, who was taking up Cortez Maxwell, Senator Cortez Maxwell, or Mastes? What the fuck? Masto. Cortez Masto from Nevada, lost. Don Bolduc from New Hampshire, lost. This guy was trying to take what's her name? What's her name? I forgot. Oh no way. Name a woman for $1. Name a woman for $1. I can't do it. No. No, Maggie Hassan, thank you. Maggie's it seems like the woman respecter has not logged on today because he can't name a woman. He can't name a woman. Apparently, it's impossible. And for governor, Carrie Lake from Arizona lost. Darren Bailey lost. Tudor Dixon from Michigan, insane woman. Tudor Dixon, absolutely insane. This is the woman who is taking on Gretchen Whitmer for the governor's seat in Michigan. I'm so glad she lost. And Lee Zeldin, the Republican who was trying to flip the New York governor's seat red after Cuomo completely obliterated the state Democratic Party. But he got within 5 points, which is scary. I think it's an exception, but he still lost. So all of these lost. Almost all of these. Oh, the only people who actually won was JD Vance, who we already know was going to win, Mike Lee for Utah, who we already knew who was going to win, and Kristi Noem, the governor of South Dakota, running for re-election, who we already knew was going to win. Does anybody really think that a Democrat was going to win the governorship in South Dakota? A Democrat was going to win the senator seat in Utah, or a Democrat was going to win the Ohio senator seat? I mean, let's be honest with ourselves, okay? Tim Ryan, he made it, relatively close, but it ain't 2008 anymore. These are the only people who she was able to get, who she was able to throw her weight behind, and it seems like all of them already knew that they were going to win, so these are very safe chips. All of the actual bets that she had to take lost, and a lot of them lost bad, really bad. I donated to Tim Ryan. Oops. Don't say oops for an election failing. You supporting an election is never an oops. Especially if you believe in what they believe. It is never a missed or lost opportunity. It's never an oops, especially if they're going to run again. Your money can easily just be sitting in their coffers for when they want to run again. And they can just use it again for that. So I would never say it's just now. If you donate to somebody who takes the money and Hanna-Barbera skedaddles out the door, then I would say then you can say oops. Then you can say oops. But until then, no oops. It's fine. And so for this absolutely amazing, incredible, truly remarkable win rate that she had during the 2022 election cycle, honestly, the only person that had a worse showing than her was maybe Donald Trump, who lost even more, but he endorsed even more. So maybe him, he's worse. We're gonna have to see how Herschel Walker does. I don't think it's very good, but we're gonna have to see how that goes. But these people aren't good at what they do. They're frauds. They're liars. Okay. When Tulsi Gabbard goes up to do stuff, she doesn't care about people. She doesn't care about what's going on in the world or politics or anything. That's why she left her seat when it came to her seat in Hawaii. Hawaii is one of the bluest places in the entire country. She just, let's be honest with ourselves a little bit. Tulsi Gabbard, let's be honest with ourselves, okay? I know a lot of people don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. Tulsi Gabbard was the Kristen Sinema before Kristen Sinema was elected into office, okay? I'm sorry. She was, but it was even worse because Tulsi Gabbard was from a blue state. In a deep blue state. I'm pretty sure Hawaii is the second most democratic place in the entire country outside of Washington, D.C., that votes 90% for Democrats, okay? So she was really, at the end of the day, she really was the Kristen Sinema before Kristen Sinema was put in the office. The votes that she had, what she believed in, and her moving rightward over time is all in line with what Kristen Sinema did and is doing. At this very moment, until she left office and didn't run for re-election because she knew she was going to lose in a massive landslide. And so she just wants to parlay this into something else. And it seemed like she landed running because, once again, this absolutely stellar 2022 performance landed her. Go on, chat. Say it. Oh, yep, that's right. A Fox News deal. Congratulations. Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard is now a Fox News contributor. Tulsi Gabbard. Who could have seen it coming? Who could have seen this coming? Truly, it's remarkable. Oh my goodness. Look at her go. Look how big that smile is. I'm shocked. I know, truly shocked. I'm blown away. I have to, I'm holding my hair back so it doesn't get blown back by this absolutely incredible news. Who could have seen it coming? It's something that we meme about a lot. She's taking the same route, the why I left the left. It's the exact same route of the disaffected left-wing political money vulture takes, where it goes from you were just kind of on the fence, but you were like leaning Democrat, but now you don't like that trans people exist, and so you feel like you've been thrust to the right, and then you write like a why I left the left, even though you were never really left, never really that left to begin with. You do a big media tour, you write a book, then you talk to Tucker Carlson as he squints dramatically at the camera for 4 minutes in time and nods his head as you just like do his job for him. It's probably the easiest thing in the world, I gotta say. I'm not gonna lie to you, Tucker Carlson, in Fox News sort of contributor segments are basically like cable TV versions of reacting videos, let's be honest with ourselves. Okay. It's pretty simple. You literally, especially if they believe everything that you believe, you literally just kind of stand there and nod your head, and people think that you're probably one of the greatest reviewers to ever do it. It's pretty easy. I gotta say, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy stuff. Listen, take it from me, a fellow content creator. It's pretty easy memes. With that being said, Tulsi is cringe. All right, to use my Zoomer language in the way that I can only describe, very cringe. I dislike Tulsi a lot, not simply because I think she's a pretty just genuinely kind of bad person, simply because she played her constituents for money. You know what I mean? How she was like in office for quite some time until she decided that she didn't want to be there anymore because she started voting against what her constituents actually wanted. And then when she did that, then she just kind of left office so she could not be reprimanded for the things that she did. I don't think there's anything more disgusting than lying to, belittling, and standing on the heads of the people who put you into office to help them make their lives for themselves and their family better, while you enrich yourself and then go on book tours and TV tours and sign contributor deals at Fox News, the actual station that produces the most vile filth known to me. It's just like a breeding nest of the worst human beings to walk in this country that aren't actively in jail, even though many of them actually should be. Many of them absolutely should be. But with that being said, what's next for Tulsi Gabbard? What's the metamorph? Is this her final phase? What's next? Is she going to get like her own show on is she going to get her own show on Fox News? Is she going to like write like a tell-all book? Is she going to run again, but as like a conservative this time? Probably not in Hawaii, because she knows she'll get her ass beat. I don't know where she'll go next. Maybe some like a buttfuck nowhere California. See, I don't know. Who knows what's in the future for her? But I know whatever she does, it's going to be specifically because of money, not because she's going to be making the world a better place anytime in the future. That's just how she is. Not to say that she doesn't believe what she believes. I do believe that she believes what she claims that she does. What I'm saying is that she used the people who trusted her to help them to make their lives actively worse by voting against things that they would have wanted her to vote for, being out of complete lockstep from the people who she's supposed to be representing. I'm sorry, but let's be honest with ourselves. There is no difference between a congressperson and a waiter. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'll take it back, because a waiter your average waiter probably serves you more than your congressperson does. On average. You are a public servant. That's literally all you do. You're supposed to serve the public. You're not supposed to enrich yourself and become one of the richest politicians in the entire world. You're not supposed to become 100 millionaire from Congress, just like, a good, somebody, a woman who we shall not name, who is no longer the Speaker of the House, nor will she be the leader of the Democrats anymore. And you shouldn't be doing what Tulsi does either. There's nothing wrong with simply making money, but the way in which she did it, duplicitously, is disgusting to me. And it's a mockery to all of the people who voted to put her in office. It's a mockery to all of the people who supported Bernie, his policies, progressivism. It's cringe. I hate it. It's terrible. Terrible. Also waiters do a better. Yeah. Also waiters deserve a tip. I'm not going to finish that. Anyways, waiters deserve a tip, and your average congressperson probably deserves to be fired. I swear, if your average congressperson did the same amount of, if your average like waiter like worked with the same degree of like the same degree of care for their job as your average politician, they'd probably be fired same day. They wouldn't even be allowed to like go back into the building. They'd just be the like shift manager would just kick them out and just tell them to go home and don't come back. It's a heck of a world, everyone. It's a heck of a world. Come here. Come here. Oh. Hi. Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it. Thank you, Boo.